Hello, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ, a little bit of DES. So, what happened yesterday? Um, well, yesterday we were up here in this little zone, and I mentioned about the fact that I would like to see some accumulation come in around this area here, which was Tokyo's pre-market low. I didn't want it to tap into the gap that had already mitigated, and we had targets above us that we could have hit. We had a previous daily VWAP, which it smashed through. That was my initial take profit. Um, I really wish I left this go because I saw the 21K zone up here. I was like, man, it could really go there for US. But I was really happy with just taking a, 5.5 to 1. Um, two trades yesterday, one break even and one nice win based off everything I mentioned yesterday um, in the video. They they did exactly what I wanted to see, and it was a good day. Um, this was a heavy order block that I'd marked, and this got hit really nicely too. Um, it was right on the open, bit of a risky trade if you're going to short it, but yeah, it was there to be taken. What's happened now? Well, we're coming into a lot of bullish structure. Made some small breaks of structure here. Um, Keeping an eye on this level for a potential change of character. Um, but because of the structure we're in, we can get absorption to zones below us here, um, uh, depending on how we come in here. We have Japan's low down here. Sydney's extremity is still here. Uh, we had a little break of structure, but as I said, yeah, we have bullish pulls around here, which Asia seems to move off of. Um, UK opened about 50 minutes ago. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what UK does. Um, Immediately, we're kind of trapped in this developing zone. The notable liquidity taken to the downside was Asia. In this kind of situation, I feel like there's a chance that UK pushes up, um, creates a bit more liquidity, uh, maybe takes Sydney's high, or it could even come back into this vector um, and pull back. There's a chance. But the bigger zones are below us. We have some nice liquidity sitting around here. Um, they shied away from tapping into this zone. And we have a block down here, which is right below a past daily VWAP. And both of our anchored VWAPs from the highs and lows are hanging around there. Big zone here. Whether they want to induce it more or not, we'll have to see. Um, Asia's little move here, depending on what liquidity is taken, if we swipe this maybe into this block here and get a reaction, it could bring us down for US. Um, but right now I am seeing some kind of open liquidity here that wouldn't necessarily be difficult for them to just come up into here and swipe some of this imbalance, right? It wouldn't be a very large change. I mean, it would be a change of character very locally here, right? But because of the pull we've hit, this change of character, I don't know how far it would carry us. So I think I'd be looking for shorts coming into the zone if we did come into it. Yeah, we have, as I said, Tokyo's low. Um, the big zone that I'm looking for is down here, but I don't know how quickly we're going to come into this. Um, and I would have to see some really nice absorption to be thinking about longs from here, just because of what's happened. This is a notable area that they've gotten a reaction off. Um, yeah, rejected from kind of large volume gap came down to this high volume node. It'd be interesting to see if we do find support above Tokyo's low. Um, that would be interesting to see. Um, Situated above another volume gap, and then our next high volume area is this past daily VWAP and previous range point control, um, right on this block, which is also heavy vector recovery. Breaking down below that would signal a rather significant change. We get closes down here. It's still a bit far away for now, but closing below this wick, and making bearish structure would be interesting. It'd be interesting to say the least. But we'll deal with that when we come to it. So yeah, look, they hit this past daily VWAP very well. Came up to 24-minute OB and filled the 12-hour red vector 50%. Very nice. After a move like this, I think we might end up just ranging in here for a small bit, which I don't mind. Don't mind at all. Immediately, I'm not seeing things that are like extremely obvious besides this block right above Sydney's high, which was led to a break of structure. It's a vector block. It's unmitigated. It's a 3-minute block. So taking Sydney's high and taking Sydney's extremities is always something you got to be careful of, because I think depending on what mood they're in, they can just keep pushing it up. But this is a block that we could get some kind of reaction off. Maybe even tapping into this imbalance here would be interesting. There's a large volume gap there as well. I think we've a little 24-minute block here. It's probably also a half-an-hour block. We mark this. This led to the change of character. And I think there's a volume gap there as well, visible on the lower time frames. It's kind of high volume. No, we have a volume gap below it. A lot of these blocks here have already been tapped though, so I would be careful seeing how price acts coming into this zone. We have a little point of control as well here. Could take a short off this into structure. I wouldn't be immediately rushing to take Japan's low. They can just keep having this little mini downtrend if they want to, right? Come into kind of absorb, like into build liquidity into here, whatever they want to do over the next day or so, maybe. Depends on if volatility picks up and what US wants to do. But I have my zones here. This, currently this bullish pull is still pretty valid for me. That could change. We are kind of in an area now of a lot of nested bullish structure, and we just had a very notable move, but they can recover this move and dance around inside here, right? There's a lot of stuff they can do up here. It's right on a psychological number as well, so they can play around here for a while. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Just looking at how much time we've spent here. Yeah, like it's extending out a lot now. And I feel like some decisive moves are gonna end up coming soon, just because of the nature of this zone. Whether we break this range or what side we break it, be interesting. I'm still counting this here as a notable structural shift relative to the bigger structure. The fact that we got consistent closes above here, and we seem to be on thick money flow, pulling back into structure. We could end up having another large swipe up to this consolidation up here. Not ruling that out even after seeing this big big rejection candle here. This kind of move to me seems like it could still keep pulling up. Whether we come for a lot of liquidity in here or not, I don't know. But we're definitely still in a bullish situation. This might just drag things out a bit more. Right? Yeah, still have zones above us. Um, Monday was interesting. Um, Still a bit early after this move to see what's going to happen. Whether they bring it up and distribute, bring it down and accumulate. I'm just going to have to see. But for UK, immediately we have this little block responsible for a break structure. I'm a bit hesitant to call this a change of character. Um, it is technically a bigger change of character, so we have this break. But because we're so nested in so many bullish pulls, all liquidity taken here, not all of it, but a lot of liquidity taken here, depending on how kind of strong the moves are, can just be coming back into a bullish pull. So I'm going to wait until price kind of breaks a higher low, um, kind of on the 10 minute, like visible on the 10 or 15 in this kind of situation, I think. Um, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be taking many trades in structure, um, nested, like I normally do. This kind of area right now, um, yeah, I would like to see some moves happen, kind of around highs and lows. So immediately we have areas up here we can take some trades off. So short from here into structure would be interesting. If they keep bringing it down, I might just let them accumulate, and maybe trade UK tomorrow based on the reaction. Seeing as I don't trade US. But yeah, that's it for today. I think very quick one today. Yesterday was I was really happy with yesterday. I'm in no pressure to be taking trades that I'm not 100% confident on. You know, very confident on at least. Um, had a great day yesterday, so I just take it a bit more easy. We have our demand zones, we have our supply zones, and everything in between is just a range. Just remember that we are higher time frame bullish, taking liquidity. Be careful. Be careful that if you want to take shorts, that they are they're within context, within reason, because there are some areas here that can serve as nice markers for breaks of structure, but a lot of these areas are just liquidity. Um, so when I say waiting for moves to break highs and lows, that doesn't mean I'm going to wait for a low to be broken to short. Um, I would wait for a high to be broken and then assess the situation, money flow, reactions, factors are being created, what structure is being created, and maybe short that into structure, maybe even relative liquidity, depending on how we get there. All right. Yeah, that's it for today. Very quick one. I'll post the screenshots in the server if you'd like to have a look at them. And yeah, happy trading. Let's see what they do with the area they've given us today. UK seems to be a bit of a slow grind today. See if volume picks up, whether they go for the offers or bring it down for bids. All right. Peace, guys. Happy trading, and we'll see you tomorrow.